My very good morning. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight. My name is Kizzy K. This is Voice of the People Television. Happy to be reuniting with you again. It's a great time again. I mean, it's a Monday and that 1st of July, 2023, a day that would go and not return again. It's just what it is. But also, how you doing? Hope you're very well. Let's get to talk about sports. We're starting the show this morning with the local news. The MPFL season really ongoing. Now, coming up, the MPFL 23-24 season will kick off on August 26th with a winner bill to cut home 150 million naira. The chairman of the Nigerian Premier Football League, Honorable Benga Elegbeleye, has disclosed this now, speaking after the inauguration of the newly constituted board of the Nigerian Premier Football League by the NFF President Alhaji Ibrahim Guzau Wednesday in Abuja. Honorable Benga Elegbeleye said that the kickoff date is sacrosanct, adding that all arrangement has been concluded. The kickoff date is definite. We'll have to take also will ensure the smooth sailing of the new season with intention to align with the European season. We hope the season ends on schedule with consideration of the football programs of the Nigerian Football Federation, Elegbeleye stated. Last season, the league winner got 100 million naira as prize money. This season, we are offering an improved package of 150 million naira with some of the prize money backed for facility improvement and players' welfare. We want every club to update their stadia and improve their players' remuneration for better performances on the officiating as well. The MPFL chairman says that he's hoping that referees will still do well last season. Do well just like they did last season, and also majorly due to the prompt payment of the indemnities and allowances of referee and other match officials. So we have to see what comes up next. The MPFL, how is it going to be? Okay, let's take it away from that and talk about what's coming up today. Later on, 11 a.m. Nigerian time, very big game coming up at Lion Park. That, Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, where the Super Falcons will be taking on debutants crashed out already, Republic of Ireland, in a very dicey game. A delicate game, a must-win for the Republic of Ireland, regardless of being crashed out, their debutants. But for the Super Falcons, head coach Randy Waldrum is expecting a difficult duel against Republic of Ireland. The former African champion will take on Girls in Green in their final group game at the ongoing 23 FIFA Women's World Cup on Monday, stated to be today. The encounter billed for the Brisbane Stadium will kick off 11 a.m. Nigerian time. The Irish have nothing to play for in the game as they are already eliminated from the competition. The Super Falcons just need points from the game to seal a place in the round of 16. Now, Randy Waldrum said the game will be difficult despite the very poor side status. It's going to be a very difficult game. People may think I'm crazy for saying this, but I think it could be our hardest match. Ireland have been a bit unlucky in the first two matches and could have gotten a result. Waldrum told reporters, we not expecting them to lay down because they are going home already. I'm expecting to get the best from them, and I have been very impressed with their performances and the team and the organization of the team coming from around the Waldrum. And that's just what it is. I'm liking what they're saying, right? The reason is because you just can't write them off. Being played in the tournament also, if you watch the way they played against Australia, you would understand that Ireland, the Irish ladies, knows what they can do. If you watch them against Canada, regardless of being crashed out, you will still agree with me that that's very, very, dicey and dicey game. So they've been out there not getting results, but against Nigeria, Super Falcons today, I like to use the word do or die, not because even if they win, they qualify, no, but because they know they need to get results, being first-timers in this very, very major tournament. You go call them the debutants. Now, moving on away from that story, it will be a clash of teams while with contrasting fortunes as Nigeria face Ireland in their final Group B match on Monday, while Nigeria Super Falcons are looking forward to the knockout stage. Monday's match today will be the end of the already eliminated Ireland, but it will not be in the stroll in the park for the Nigerian side, knowing fully well that the Australian fans will be solidly behind the Irish side for the obvious reason. Perhaps it's not on the account of history, making Super Falcon captain AB Onameda, as a name, remarked, that her players tell Ginger in a super positive mood ahead of the match. The 40-year-old became the oldest woman to have featured at this edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup when she was introduced into the game against co-host Australia at the same venue on Thursday. She also is one of the few women and the only one from the African continent to have played in 6 finals alongside Brazil's Marta and Canada Christine Sinclair. We are very positive. I'm looking forward to the match. The mood in camp is great and everyone is in high spirit. The win against Australia has given us the belief and the confidence to face any team we will face and we'll play for a win. We want Nigerians over the world to continue to support us and believe in the team. That alone gives us great motivation. We have won one match and drawn one. We want to set the record of not losing any match in the group phase and topping our group. That's for Onome AB. AB is she's 40. I think I love the way Round the World uses this lady. You know why? I think the way he uses AB is the way we want to talk about how Clemens Westerhoff actually used Stephen Keshi of blessed memory back in 1994 World Cup. Onome AB is a centre back. She's a quality defender. She's been in a World Cup before. It's not the first time. But I think she gets a regulation on every game. You know, she don't just start every match. I mean, she's not even started any game. It's been more of O'Halley and also Demi Hinn pairing. Then Alose played from the right, and the other lady, you know, pumping Ashley from the left side. The midfield used to be, we know, Abiodun, who got off with the red card. So we now see Ayinde pairing with Uchebi. Then also the scheme of the side happens to be Payne, Antoinette Payne, you know, very quality player. Then from the other side, we've seen Anomo and Oscar go playing from the right side. Sometimes go to be the number 9, as Ida Shola is still on the team, and Rashid Ajibade. So we just hope they come out strong. But on the next story, Sam Girardi was named player of the match after scoring the goal that earned Morocco a historic 1-0 win against South Korea in the Saunders Group H game for the 23 FIFA Women's World Cup. Girardi became the first woman to score at the World Cup for Morocco. Her 60-minute strike was enough to record Africa's second win of the World Cup. It's the first ever win for Morocco, who are one of the debutants at this year's tournament. Girardi is the third player from Africa to be named player of the match in the ongoing World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The Nigerian duo Chiamaka Nadozie, Osinachi Hali, and South African Tembi Ngadlana have also claimed the individual award for themselves. So the FIFA Women's World Cup for me has been magical, has been stunning. I think I have a best player for myself. I said that some while ago on the radio. My best player happens to be a Colombian lady. Her name is Linda Caicedo. I love this lady. I love the way she plays. No disrespect to every Nigerian Super Falcons team. They do well. The last time Ashley Pumpley played so well against Canada, I talked about her and I gave her all the kudos. But so far, one lady has been stunning in the tournament so far, the one Germany, and her name is Linda Caicedo. But away from the FIFA Women's World Cup really ongoing, don't forget Nigerian game coming up. Don't miss out the team on that very game, 11 a.m. There in Brisbane, and also be a very good game to see. Let's talk about Napoli, who crossed on to convince a 4-0 victory over Hatayspor in their preseason match at the Stadio Tefelo Platini. Osimhen scored 2 goals, but unfortunately his hat-trick was allowed due to an offside position. Coach Rudy Garcia made some changes to the formation, opting for a 4-2-3-1 system with Osimhen as the lone striker. Matteo Politano sent the Nigerian throw for his first goal, which before Vichagra Kelly had set him up for the second. Now the Cap on the Canaries winner Doe had their third moment later, only for the T official to flag him offside. The Cap on the Canaries winners Doe had their third moment later on, only for the official to flag him offside. Now Garcia's side, however, substituted all the starters on the hour mark, effectively splitting the match into 2 halves of 60 and 30 minutes, and that's for Victor Osimhen news. Victor Osimhen has been quite silent on the news. Let's say we just want to see what comes to play, because right now at the moment Al Hilal are really coming on Osimhen. Osimhen is 24. He looks very young. Everybody want to have the signature of this young Nigerian player. And he's a player who can actually assure you, I can say now, even though it looks to be the first season we've seen the best of Osimhen, but I could say he can assure you a 20-plus goal every season from now on. With what I saw last season, I can say Osimhen is just a top-notch player. But time will tell if Al Hilal will have to get to sign him away from the European scene, or he might be staying just one more season with Napoli, because his sale looks very close. And also, I think the president, Aurelio Laurentiis, has been saying if you want to get to sign Osimhen, you should have up to 150 million euros and or possibly 200 million euros for Victor Osimhen. But let's get to talk about Formula 1 on the show. While you're still here, this is Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizuki. Let's talk about Max Verstappen now, coming from a 6th on the grid to lead teammate Sergio Perez. This man is a top-notch player. He's a Dutchman. He's been the song I sing every time I talk about Formula 1. I know growing up I've talked about Lewis Hamilton all the time, Major League basically. But right now it's been about Max Verstappen, who came just from 6th on the grid to lead teammate Sergio Perez home in a Red Bull 1-2 over the Belgian Grand Prix, as the team claimed the record extended 13th successive victory, having been demoted from the pole position that he claimed after receiving a 5-place grid penalty for exceeding his gearbox allowance. Verstappen aced through the field to become just the second driver to win 8 successive Formula 1 races when the season resumed at his home race in Zandvoort in late August. Verstappen will also have the opportunity to match Sebastian Vettel's record of 9 successive Grand Prix wins, which was also set in the Red Bull car back in 2013, along with extending the overall record that set in Hungary last time out. Now, Red Bull now have the most successive wins within the season, having won all 12 races of the 2023 campaign. Max Verstappen have been top of the standard for each of the 3 previous competitive decision and section bet award on action-packed sprint weekend. But Red Bull's decision to fit a new jet box on the RB19 at least provided just the sport dominant force with a slight challenge for Sunday's race. Having won from 14th on the grid at the Spa last year, Max Verstappen was confident he could repeat the feat from further up, and the relative ease of overtaking around the circuit was one of the reasons Red Bull chose this weekend to feed the new jet box. Their thinking was swiftly justified as Verstappen used Red Bull Brilliant Drag Reduction System DRS to make effortless overtakes in the fast opening part of the lap. I will give it to this man anytime, any day. His name is Max Verstappen. He's a Dutch international. He's a legend in the game, talking about living legend in the world of Formula One. And nothing should be taken up from this man. But still in the world of Formula One, let's get on this one now. Lewis Hamilton says he's concerned about Mercedes suffering the significant bouncing issues during the Belgian Grand Prix. Hamilton stated third in Sunday's Grand Prix, was unable to make advances on Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc ahead of the game and ended up finishing fourth as Max Verstappen came through the 6th on the grid to claim an 8th consecutive win. Now Mercedes were plagued by significant bouncing or porpoising during the 2022 season, which was the first year of Formula One's current technical regulation. And Lewis Hamilton said the W14 was suffering from similar levels of bouncing at the Spa. It was kind of eventful race. That wasn't much going on, and I wasn't able to keep up with the cars ahead of me, coming from Lewis Hamilton, he told the report. Now, despite the bouncing issues, Hamilton was able to claim the fastest lap on the race on the final lap after a late pit stop. The 13 points picked up in Spa leaves the 7-time world champion a point behind Fernando Alonso in third in the Drivers' Championship as the Formula One enters its 4-week summer break. At the end, I was keeping the Ferrari within a few seconds, but I couldn't get any closer to battle and to get the fastest lap at the end. It was nice to have the gap to the car behind. The last gap was decent, and that's from Lewis Hamilton. He also said it was gusty today. It was a difficult one out there to keep it on the track, and I really feel for him all the time. I think I want to use the word that says it got me thinking, right? I want to say he's just been unlucky. I think he's just been unlucky. I will take it. I will say that. He's always very close. He's a 7-time champion. He's a major champion. You talk about Formula One. He's a British international. You could call him Sir. Not long he was a match Sir, you know. But he's just been unlucky. I just would say that. I think ever since Max Verstappen have come to the table, like a tunnel has changed. And the Dutchman has been great in what he does. He's just been so exceptional, you know. And right now, I would say Lewis Hamilton has just been struggling. Yes, really been struggling in the world of Formula One. But away from that story, let's get on the next story now. Coming up, Saudi Arabia Professional League club Al Hilal have reportedly submitted an offer for Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. The Blue Waves recently showed interest in Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe, but the Frenchman is not keen on the move. So Al Hilal have been now forced to switch to targets after Mbappe refused to open talks. Recent rumors suggesting that Al Hilal have switched to focus on Victor Osimhen, who was the star of Napoli's Scudetto winning campaign last season, adding 26 goals in 32 league games. According to reports, have submitted a bid around €130 million for Osimhen, an offer that was swiftly rejected by Napoli. Now the Partenope do not want to sell the striker, the Nigerian international, this summer, and are currently working on tying him down to a new long-term contract. He is valued at around €200 million. Oh, I never saw that. €200 million, that's just what it is. So, Napoli, do they want to sell Osimhen? I think the question is, if you have the money, why not come? 200 million pounds, oh, sorry, not pounds, sorry. 200 million euros is what Osimhen, that's what the club has really put him on the sale if you want to get a signing. Formerly it was 150, but I know the game and I know how it works and I understand it and I really do support the pattern apply. You talk about the Napoli side. I think the president has been, I think it was a word to say, I think he's been concerned. I don't want to sell my best player. I don't want to lose my best player. I know they've got a wonderful team. They've got the likes of Anguissa. They've got, Azelinski, Vijaguara, they've got Damen. Their team is okay, no Politano. But I think it's about Osimhen now. It's about him winning the Scudetto for them. The last declaration on this was 33 years ago. And giving it to Osimhen, letting him go on a cheaper amount would not be okay. So if you don't cash out now, I think you just might be losing now. So Victor Osimhen is still on the verge of maybe, just maybe, you never know, might be leaving, but I don't see that move coming up, trust me. He's 24, and a move to Saudi at this age, I don't really think it's a good one for him. My opinion, though, I don't know what you think about that. But moving on away from that, let's talk about Arsenal, who are interested in signing Brentford goalkeeper David Raya to compete with Aaron Ramsdale for the #1 spot. Talks are still very much ongoing behind the scenes about the next step and whether Arsenal will formalize their interest with a bid. Arsenal trying to sign Raya, who has 1 year left on his contract in the summer of 2020, but saw a number of offers rejected. Brentford right now value the Spanish international at £40 million, and Boss Thomas Frank believes he's around that price when compared to other transfers this summer. He's worth £40 million. I would love to get that for him. He was one of the 4 best keepers in the Premier League last season, said Thomas Frank. Following the Brentford 3-3 draw with Aston Villa on Sunday, the Gunners could also see backup keeper Matona leave the club with Nottingham Forest in talks about signing him. Early suggestion indicates a gambling violation between the 9-year-old. Forest are also urging closer to sign a Manchester United goalkeeper than Henderson. Talks continue over a loan with an obligation to buy. It's understood that Forest are in the market to sign 2 goalkeepers in this window. Earlier this week, Bayern Munich opened talks with Brentford over a deal for the goalkeeper Raya, but they are also yet to reach the English club's expectation for a transfer. Now, Raya has said he's ready to make the next step in his career this summer. However, despite having also signed a new goalkeeper in Mark Flecken to compete the Thomas Koza, Brentford are prepared to have 3 top keepers if the evolution of Raya is not met. You might be saying, why are they signing all these players? Everybody's getting ready for a better season, right? Everybody's really trying to make everything okay. Now, Brentford, David Raya is a good goalkeeper. But the question is, who happens to be number 1 when it comes to Arsenal? Ramsdale was top-notch, right, last season. But we just might be saying the competition. I know how it works. Everybody wants to see a competitive league, and that's just how it's going to be. Now, moving on the show, I saw the medical is already, is in place. Sadio Mane is in the news. He's expected to undergo medical with Al Nassr on Monday, and that's today, and they are agreeing to feel worth £24 million. The other signing from Bayern Munich, according to reports in Germany, the former Liverpool winger will earn more than £34 million. That's approximately €40 million per year, tax-free. Playing for the Saudi Arabian club with a wage equivalent to more than £650,000 per week. See, I'll let you know, this money is crazy. He's going to be the highest. I think the highest so far is Riyad Mahrez. Yeah, Riyad Mahrez is Ali. Yeah, Riyad Mahrez is about £450 million. £450,000 a week, yeah. Now, Mane is set to sign a contract until 2027, which means he stands to earn around £136 million in total if he sees out the deal. The 31-year-old is said to have a medical on Monday in Dubai and will play alongside Cristiano Ronaldo in the Saudi Pro League. Mane only joined Bayern Munich last summer on a 3-year deal following a £35 million move from Liverpool, but he fell out of favour after punching a team Milere Sani following the Champions League defeat by Manchester City in April. It doesn't sound like a story I want to talk about, trust me. I know Sadio Mane's body language shows he wants to stay. I think at some point before the preseason, he said something. He said, I'm being furious about the club. I want to stay here. I want to fight for my shirt. I want to be with the club. I love to be in Bayern. I love to wear the Alliance Arena jersey. But the body language of the club sincerely tells that, they are done with him. They are done, like it's a done, they don't want to have Sadio Mane anymore. So our announced move, is he okay? Yes. I think for me to welcome development for the Arabian man, I could call him Sadio Mane of Senegal. I mean, one of the best African players I ever produced in the world so far. Played for Liverpool. We know the move from Southampton, and right now made a move to Liverpool, left Liverpool, got into Bayern Munich. He wants to stay for 3 years, but he never came to play. So it's just like so unfortunate for him. But moving to Saudi Arabia with the amount of money being coming for this man, it's a no rejection offer. Trust me, Sadio Mane have to just go. He has done well over time. He's a World Cup, World Football World Club champion winner. He's a Champions League winner. He's achieved over time with Liverpool. So, looking at his age and looking at his stats, it's okay for him to move to Saudi. But that's just what it is. But don't forget, again, a quick reminder before I call it a wrap on the show. Today, the game will be coming up. Looking at my time here is already 9:55, and we have to go now. I have to go. The show continues right here on Voice of the People Television. But don't forget the very big game coming up, where we'll see Nigerian Super Falcons round the world team will be trading tackle with debutants already crashed out Republic of Ireland, 11 a.m. right there in Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and you can say the Land Park match will be played. Stay tuned for that very much game. But for now, my name is Kizzy K. Like I want to say, if you're not doing it right, you are definitely doing it wrong. So play safe and do it right. I'm out for now.